Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Right now, right here, I have the official patch notes. Everyone can go and have a look at this. It's on the Twitter right now. We get to see the official patch notes for the brand new Battle Adjustment Series 22 named Hyper Voltage. And right there, as you can see, there's also a gift code for all of us. I have no idea what it gives, but we will get into that as soon as we go in. Hello everyone, hope you're having a good day. We're just gonna get straight into it. So update time, today at 7, so that's roughly 3 hours from now, I believe, in this time. For me, I'm Australian, it's currently like 2 p.m, 3 hours from now. So 3 hours from roughly this video is going to come up, maybe 2, is when it'll be live. So it's going to be live today, very, very, very soon. Update details. A new Pokemon is coming soon. Armorage is headed to Eos Island. This we already knew, we've known for a while, he's in the PTS. As well as the Neo Street Style Greninja available now. So as it's a new season, new battle pass, everything's kind of coming out. The new battle pass is out, which if you haven't seen it already, it's a Greninja one. It actually looks pretty cool. Shop updates, event updates, always do this every single season, so nothing to really get too crazy about. Changes to battle pass rewards and pricing. Starting from the 26th season, the Battle Pass will change rewards and pricing. Okay. Additions: Hollow Effect Spray Sparkle for 14 days. Bonus Energy Tank, 1. Eos Coin Boost Card, 1. And Battle Point Boost Card, 1. That's not great. I mean, it's additions. It's not like they're getting rid of stuff, that it's adding more to it, which I guess is good. But they are getting rid of Eos tickets and item enhancers, which I guess that's fine. Like, I would prefer Eos tickets over, like, you know what? That's fine. Like, that's not a huge change, right? Changes in pricing. They made it more expensive. Premium Battle Pass, 490 gems to 690 gems. And Premium Battle Pass Plus is 840 to 1,190. So they increased the price of the Battle Passes. Of course they did. That's ridiculous. Adjustments to item box, limit 100 to 200, so they've just doubled the amount of stuff you can just hold on to. Already, this is not starting out great. But I mean, we all know what we're really here for, the actual, like, full-on changes. So, oh wait, map adjustments, hold on. Wild Pokemon and Thea Sky Ruins. Experience points for Escavalier and Excelgor decreased by 18%. Oh, okay, that's an odd choice. Experience points for Baltoy is increased by 33%. So that just means the farm in the top lane, you have to fight over that all the more, right? The very top, and then in the center as well. So 33% increase in more experience is pretty big. 18. What's their reasoning? At the beginning of the game, when the opposing team steals the last hit on Excavalier and Excelgor, the resulting experience point difference can be too significant, potentially deciding the game's outcome early on. Therefore, we adjusted the experience points of wild Pokemon. The total experience points of wild Pokemon remain unchanged until the forward goal zone is destroyed. Wait. So this doesn't come into play until the forward goal zone is destroyed. I think that's what it's saying. So Excavalier and Excel will give the same amount of experience as normal. However, when a single forward goal zone is destroyed, then this gets put into play, I guess, from the wording. Okay. That makes invading a little bit worse, I suppose, but still it's... I mean, that's reasonable, I guess. It's odd. I didn't think that would be any of the changes they did to the map, but hey, it's a change, and I'm kind of glad of that. Glad about that. EX license changes. Now, this is the big one that everyone's been waiting for, waiting. As announced in the 3rd anniversary producer letter, the EX classification will be removed in the September update. Along with this change, balance adjustments will also be made. First up, we got Zacian. Basic attacks, additional damage from the ability Intrepid Sword. First hits 3% of max. Okay, so then they just decrease the amount of additional damage it does because of its ability Intrepid Sword. awesome. Agility, shield amount when enhanced, reduce approximately 35 to 30%. Alright, I mean, that's... I feel like you're always going to do... The agility nerf is pretty good, though. Just less shield. Which is, like, a lot less shield. 35 to 30%. That's a lot. That's really good. That's... I like that change. That's good. But I think Zacian's still going to be crazy busted. As an all-arounder that allows for diverse combat styles, Zacian had characteristics such as dealing additional damage based on HP to defense types through empowered attacks and closing in rapidly on attack types with agility while gaining a large shield. That is all one sentence. Good God. However, as these features led to one-sided situations, adjustments were made. Good adjustments, generally good. I don't know if... He's probably still going to be great, though. Next up, we got Ho-Oh. Oh, that seems to be to all of his moves. Okay. His ability, Regenerator. HP recovery every 2 seconds, 0.2 of max, is now changed to 0.3. And then outside of combat, every 2 seconds, instead of 4%, it's 3. Not a huge change. It's still it's just a free leftovers still, really. Tail, damn, that's good. That is good. Ho-Oh is really, really good early. Is incredible sustain, very good, you know, like confirm move, like stealing and just last hitting. So damage reduction, that's good. Very good early change. Fire spin, so I guess that's the same as normal, just increased cooldown. Well, all the stuff has increased cooldown. So fire spin, sky attack, and fly. So flamethrower is the exact same still then. I mean, it wasn't getting as much play as the others, so understandable, but still. So that's a 1.5, that's a 0.5, and that's a 1. Wow, okay. Unite move, Rekindling Flame. Allied Pokemon will now leave a feather mark after learning the move. Don't they already do that? No, they leave the mark regardless. If you have if you have a Ho-Oh and you don't have the move, they still leave the feather. So I guess they just changed it so that when you have the move, now they'll leave a feather. That makes more sense. Alright. At the beginning of the battle, the healing ability from the ability Regenerator and the last hit capability of wild Pokemon from Tailwind were too powerful, so they've been nerfed. Very good insight on that. Like, word for word, exactly what I was saying before. Like, a Regenerator still, I think, is fine. Like, it's just a leftovers, really, but still, like, during combat as well is a bit much, so that's good. These are very nice changes. Additionally, the combination of the high shield from Fire Spin and the superior mobility from Sky Attack and Fly resulted in excessive high survivability. Therefore, the cooldowns of these moves have been nerfed. So just increase cooldown to make it so it's less, I guess, has lower survivability because it doesn't have access to these moves as often. I guess that's fine. Mewtwo X, Y, and Rhydon. The adjustments made to these 3 Pokemon in the Shadow Flame Ballast patch on the 16th have brought them within the expected win rate range. No changes will be made in this balance update, and they will continue to be monitored closely. You know what? That's fair. I mean, they're still very good, but I mean, it's not like you're really seeing them every single game, you know? And I still think those changes they made before are very, very good. Alright, next up, battle updates. So these are the actual full-on patch notes for all of the new Pokemon that are getting changes. Specifically, like the more notable ones like Pikachu, Sylveon, Gengar, and Boswell, which are the face of the patch. So first up, we have Sylveon. Hyper Voice. Area of effect angle 35 degree forward is now 120 degree forward, which a lot of us have seen on the PTS already with the reworks that it's done to it. It does indeed deal reduced damage by 8, but the cooldown is shortened and it's a lot wider of a range, so it'll be easier to catch people, because a lot of the time if it's hitting, you can just kind of like move up or down with a dash and then it's not really, you know, too much of a hassle. But now it's a lot harder to not get hit by, which is pretty good. Hyper Voice Plus now slows opposing Pokemon hit by the move. The effect of adding an extra sound wave has been removed. I didn't know about that, but that's good. If it slows them down, it just means they're gonna get hit by it more and more, which is really, really good. Draining Kiss. Recovery HP increased by 23%. Slow effect 20% for 1.5 seconds, 50%, delaying by 20% every 0.5 seconds for 1 second. So it's like an initial slow effect that goes for like a second, really. I mean, that's alright. Baby dolls, now it hits the target Pokemon. Now it hits the targeted Pokemon? Wait, is that saying it's a sure hit? If that's a sure hit, that's very good for confirm. Good God. You might be able to body block it though, but still. Baby doll eyes was already a good confirm, especially with like choice specs. So now if it's a sure hit, that's very good, especially early. It's gonna act like Glaceon Tail Whip, which is very cool. Alright. The guaranteed hit of Magical Flame, or yeah, Magical Flame, whatever, is especially effective in one-on-one battles. On the other hand, Hyper Voice can hit multiple opposing Pokemon, but its narrow effect range limits the situations where this characteristic could be utilized. To further highlight the contrasting performance of these two moves, Hyper Voice effect range has been expanded while reducing its damage, making it easier to hit multiple opponents. This adjustment is expected to increase its effectiveness in team battles when using Hyper Voice. Honestly, I'm excited to see it. I mean, it comes out in a couple hours, so of course I'm going to be like messing around with it and stuff, so I'm excited to play a bit of this. But without further ado, we go to Pikachu. Alright, visual update. The visuals of Pikachu's moves have been updated. Alright, oh wait, no, we've already kind of seen this, haven't we? We've already seen this in the PTS, how there has been the updated visuals, which honestly, they just make it feel more impacting. If you haven't seen it already, you'll see it when the patch is out, but they're very minor details on like Thunderbolt, Thunder, all of its different moves, which is very cool. Volt Tackle, cooldown 10 seconds to 9 seconds. That is scary. I mean, Volt Tackle's already like a throw up move. It's a sure hit, it stuns a lot, you know. Like, decreasing its cooldown is going to get more playability, but I still think Thunderbolt's going to be the play. I mean, like, that's good. That's generally, you know, cooldown reduction's always nice. Pikachu's movement speed is now increased for a short duration after using the move. So it's like a weird, like, Blaze Kick? Volt Tackle. Oh, that would have been an insane change if they made it like Blaze Kick. When you use Volt Tackle, you can reposition yourself. That would have been insane. But cooldown decrease, that's nice. And then movement speed is increased after it uses it, which depends on how much the movement speed's increased, whether or not it's going to be like good. Unite move, Thunderstorm. Number of Pokemon struck by subsequent lightning bolts. 1 to 2. Oh, that's a huge change, actually. That Unite move is a lot better now. What the heck? So instead of just targeting the one Pokemon, it can target 2. That's really good, actually. That damage just doubled for that Unite move, especially when there's more than when you're in a team fight. That is a huge change, actually. Ah, Pikachu's a lot better. Like like Volt Tackle's fine. That Unite move change, huge. That Unite move change is insane. To improve more visibility and enhance satisfaction when used, the visual effects of Pikachu's moves have been refined. I mean, enhanced satisfaction, so they just have it so it's a little bit more of an oomph to it and people can see it more, I suppose. The Unite move Thunderstorm had its first lightning strike hit all surrounding opposing Pokemon, but subsequent strikes only hit one target. This resulted in slightly underwhelming performance. While the first strike offered thrilling potential for massive damage in the middle of an enemy team, subsequent strikes failed to deliver a similar impact. In this adjustment, the number of Pokemon hit by subsequent lightning strikes have been increased, enhancing the value of capturing multiple opponents within the area. That is very, very good. That's such a good change. As in, like, just making it better. Oh gosh, that's a very, very good change. Volt Tackle had a high risk aspect as the landing spot could be easily predicted. To make it safer to use, Pikachu's movement speed is increased for a short duration after using the move. So, like, after you use it, you can just get out of dodge a little bit easier. I mean, overall, these Pikachu changes are just good. Pikachu is already, like, good, and he's only been getting buffs for ages, but these changes are good. I like them. Next up, we have Gengar, the probably the most depressing speedster that we currently have, so it's good to see that he finally got some love. let's have a deeper dive, shall we? Dream Eater. Cooldown decreased from 8 seconds to 7 seconds, and the healing is increased by 20%. Dream Eater Plus, the healing is increased by another 23%. Okay, so I guess, because the whole thing with Dream Eater is like Shadow Ball, Dream Eater, get a KO, Shadow Ball, Dream Eater. Like, the damage is already there, but the survivability wasn't really, so I guess that was the answer to it, just increase the healing, which is pretty alright. And, like, decreasing the cooldown, like, a lot of people miss Dream Eater as well, so 8 seconds to 7 seconds, you know, that's good. I like that change. Hex, cooldown reduction when hitting a status afflicted Pokemon. 85% of the cooldown is now changed to 90% of the cooldown. That really doesn't change too much, though. Yeah, Hex is still just going to be Hex, though. I think definitely Dream Eater is the build, right? Decreased cooldown and increased healing by 20% and 23%. I mean, that's just better than an additional 5% of your cooldown being knocked down from Hex, but I have to wait and see. Unite move, Invisible Shock, required energy reduced by approximately 17%. So it's just on a faster cooldown. That's good. I mean, you just get to use it more now, which that's what it does. Hey, isn't that fun? Dream Eater often left players unable to act for a long time if the move was missed. To address this, the cooldown of this move has been shortened. Additionally, increasing the HP recovered reduced the risk of being KO'd, providing more opportunities for consecutive KOs. I mean, that's kind of exactly what I said, right? The reason, like, a lot of people miss Dream Eater, and then, you know, a long time until they can do anything again. Cooldown of the move's been shortened, and then as well as increasing the HP recovery reduces the risk of being KO'd while you're, like, in there doing your thing, which is very, very good. That's a decent change. The reduced cooldown for reusing Hex allows players to KO opposing Pokemon before being counterattacked and KO'd. To enable more aggressive attacks in the latter half of battles after evolving into Gengar, the required energy for the Unite move Invisible Shock has been reduced. Very, very stable, standard changes. We'll have to wait and see how he feels, if the healing actually makes much of a change. The Unite move is very good now, like 17% of the cooldown, like that's a pretty fast Unite move now, so yeah, good changes all around. Very good for Gengar. Gengar mains are eating it up right now. Gengar mains getting some good love. Next up, we got Buzzwole, who didn't need anything because he was already great. Leech Life, cool, so they decreased the cooldown on Leech Life from 8 seconds to 7 seconds, and oh, they reduced the HP recovery. Okay, so it was a buff but a nerf. I mean, that's fine. Almost a like 10% decrease, which is nice. Cool, I guess. Smackdown, cooldown, okay, cooldown decrease. Yeah, Smackdown superpower. Oh, it's gonna come back. Oh, well, that sucks. In recent seasons, Buzzwole's win rate and usage rate have been declining because people do not know how to play him and they don't play him correctly. To improve Buzzwole's ability to fight fluidly, the cooldowns for Smackdown and Leech Life have been buffed. Among these, Leech Life is one of the few moves effective against Pokemon with hindrance resistance. With this adjustment, Leech Life can now be used more frequently at the cost of reduced recovery, enhancing Buzzwole's effectiveness in countering Pokemon with hindrance resistance. I mean, Buzzwole's a good counter against Gyarados, I suppose, and like if it has a Leech Life superpower, or no, sorry, Smackdown superpower, he'll be fine. Like a whole second cooldown reduction is just very, very good. But Buzzwole buffs didn't really need them. But hey, he got him, so more people are going to play him and then get the placebo of like, whoa, he's amazing, when he already was very good. Moving on to Ceruledge. Now, Ceruledge has been a bit of a problem, hasn't he? So, I have to wait and see if these are buffs or nerfs. Bitter Blade, damage reduced by 16% to 0%. What? Oh, sorry, that was me being dumb, I understand. So at level 5, when you get it, the damage is reduced by 16%, but then when you're level 15, the damage is the same. Okay, so they just made it so the initial when you get it is lower, and the climb up to 15 is a little bit lower, I suppose. Psycho Cut, damage reduced by approximately 14% and 9%. So level 5 when you get it, 14% damage reduction, and then when you're at 15%, or when you're at 15th level, it overall decreased by 9%, which is fine. Phantom Dive, slow effect, 9% to 90% to 60%. I assume Phantom Dive is Phantom Force. I mean, Phantom Force is already very good at chasing, so just like reducing that slow effect that you get on opposing Pokemon is just, yeah, I mean, it's worse. So, hey, look, you buffed him, but I still think he's going to be great. Ceruledge exhibited a high attack power and the ability to KO wild Pokemon quickly in the mid-game, often allowing it to maintain the advantage gained into the late game. Due to its high usage and win rates, the mid-game damage of Bitter Blade and Psycho Cut has been reduced. Additionally, the slow effect from Phantom Dive, or Phantom Force, was so strong that it made the next attack nearly impossible for opposing Pokemon to dodge. Therefore, it has also been nerfed. That is very true, like Phantom Force into your next basic was pretty much always guaranteed. Oh, I spoiled myself, there's Blaziken, there's Blaziken. There's Blaziken stuff. Oh, Blaziken's very good. What we get? Alright, Blaziken. Stats. Critical hit rate, 10% to 5%. 5 to 7. Okay. So, they just lowered his critical rate. Okay. Very, very solid. Very standard change. I mean, like, they halved his crit rate on his... That's very interesting change. We'll have to see how that plays out. And then they reduced the damage by Fire Punch. Fire Punch is very strong. Very, very strong. It would just destroy attackers and squishy Pokemon instantly. So damage reduction by 17%, then Fire Punch plus 14%. Standard changes. Blaziken's still going to be great, but solid changes. Good start. Good start. Blaziken was able to take down low durability attackers with just Fire Punch and basic attacks. So the critical hit rate and damage of Fire Punch have been reduced. Very good, very good. Very nice. Slowbro. What do we got here? Stats. HP decreased by 0% to approximately 5%. I feel like that doesn't really do too much, right? So, at first level, his HP is the same, but then at 15th level, his HP is 5% less. And then the cooldown reduction when he's level 4 doesn't exist to 8, and then when he's level 9 to 15, it's a 10% cooldown reduction. Oh no, he used to have that, but now he just has no cooldown reduction on any of his. Okay, wow. Alright. You know what? Good on you. That's one way to go about Slowbro. I mean, you could also just make him not as tanky, which I guess they tried to do with the HP and the cooldown reduction, but decent changes. Not bad. Slowbro's high durability allowed it to perform consistently well, leading to high usage and win rates. To address this, its HP has been reduced to lower its overall durability. Additionally, to decrease the activation frequency of the ability that restores HP, the stats to reduce the cooldowns of its moves have been nerfed. So, they went to decrease the activation frequency of Amnesia. They reduced the cooldowns of its moves. Like, they reduced the cooldown reduction he had, instead of just reducing or increasing the cooldown of Amnesia. That's odd to, like, say that move specifically, and then go... I mean, overall, that just means higher cooldowns for all of his moves, but still... Oh, item adjustments. Okay. Well, I mean, right there, that's the end of all of the changes, I suppose, to all the Pokemon. So we got Slowbro nerfs, Blaziken nerfs, Ceruledge nerfs. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed going over everything with the new patch notes. It's all very exciting. Personally, I am most looking forward to the Sylveon reworks. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, whether you think there's a good patch, bad patch, etc, etc. And yeah, that's going to be all for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and as always, please remember, stay hydrated. See y'all next time.